Welcome to How to Yu-Gi-Oh!
Historic infamous cards. Supreme King Starving Venom.
Chapter 1.
And here we are at the introduction. So in this video, we're going to be talking about Supreme King Starving Venom and why it's infamous and why this card changed a lot of things in Yu-Gi-Oh! With that being said, let's get on with the rest of the video.
Chapter 2.
And here you have it. You can see in front of you Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom. Looking at its summon requirement, it's extremely easy to make. In fact, one of the easiest monsters to make during the Pendulum era. It was one of the reasons why it got banned. Anyways, when we read that effect, must either be fusion summoned or special summoned by tributing the above cards you control, which is 2 Dark Pendulum monsters. Wow, that's really difficult. Once per turn, you can target one other monster on the field or in the graveyard until the end phase. This card's name becomes that monster's original name and replaces effect with that monster's original effects. Also, for the rest of this turn, if your monster attacks a defense special monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. So, let me get this straight. This is a card that copies effects. Yeah. It's already, we can see it's a problem. This becomes a second copy of any monster you control or your opponent controls. It's absolutely broken and busted beyond belief.
We all know copying can lead to a lot of broken things.
The ability to copy effects is a broken one. And being the strongest copy effect monster in the game, right, is significant. We do have another copy effect that was banned before this, which was Tyrant's Neptune. However, Tyrant's Neptune, you needed to tribute a monster to copy its effects, right? So it had to be tribute summoned in order to copy the tribute summoned monster's effects. And even that was banned, as it was very limiting as to how you could copy effects. Whereas Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom can copy any monster on the field or graveyard. Yeah, definitely a big no-no. It's just no. I don't think we need to explain why copying effects are just absolutely busted and broken beyond belief. It did not survive a format and was immediately banned straight away. It was way too strong, and I think this is one of those cards that can never come back in Yu-Gi-Oh! As soon as this card comes back, it's gonna be loads of problems, as this can copy any effect. It's just, no, it's way too strong. Extremely too strong. All right, let's head on to the conclusion.
Final chapter.
And so here we are at the conclusion. And all I've got to say is that when it comes to copying effects, Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom is the strongest copy effect monster in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Its ability to be able to copy any monster on the field or graveyard from either your field or your opponent's graveyard is absolutely broken and insane. The amount of FTKs, OTKs, and just manners of degeneracy that this card can generate is, again, ridiculous. This card is part of the reason why Pendulum is one of the most hated format in Yu-Gi-Oh! History and one of the most hated mechanics in the game, as no other summon mechanic had a specific monster designed for it that could copy monster effects. Fusions didn't have it, Synchros didn't have it, XYZs did not have it, even Links do not have mechanic designed for them to copy any monster effect. Completely and utterly broken beyond belief. We do have transaction rollback that came out in the Link era, but again, this is a trap, right? And it can only copy other traps. And even then, it can only copy normal traps. It can't copy continuous traps, which are usually the floodgates. It can't copy counter traps, which are usually the traps that have a tick symbol on them. So yeah, there's even a limiting factor with even copying effects with other sort of copy effects. We do have the spell card called, which is Serial Spell. Again, Serial Spell is a normal spell in Yu-Gi-Oh! Came out in the early days of Yu-Gi-Oh! And again, this is a spell that can only copy normal spells. And it can only do so, right, by sending your entire hand to the graveyard. So again, there's loads of restrictions for copying effects that we have in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's not that they don't exist, they do, but they usually have so much restrictions. Whereas with Supreme King Starving Venom Dragon, these restrictions are hardly there. Its summoning condition is absolutely laughable at best, and I think that's all I've really got to say about this. So tune in next time as we'll talk about more things on this channel. Hope to see you soon.
We come to the end of this video. So, as I like to say, you are one step closer to becoming a Yu-Gi-Oh! Master. My fate, right, is in your hands.